You can already see Unique and a few others making that rotation because that's where slightly more likely this circle is going to end up in. You do not want to have to cross water, even though this river is more or less a road in this situation because it's frozen, still it's a lot of open, exposed territory to cross.
I mean, look at this river. It's like if you're running across that and there are multiple teams in the area, you're probably going to die. And so I take your point to heart, and so have Team Unique here.
Oh.
And, well, we did have a shot go down there onto, I believe, a member of SMP.
Yeah, Klopsch gets domed. So we didn't get to see it. Syed, though, he's been a star for the MEA Assassins. Let's see if he can find another one just up out and over there. Again, not great armor. He's only got that level 1 helmet. That gets really, really scary as time goes on because if someone gets a headshot onto you with one of the 7.6 guns, you're basically gone, oh, 46 has found Yala. This is not great. The lead man here is very hurt already. Zero doesn't know where he is. Naya, if he had looked over, he might have been in catch Zero off guard. That grenade goes right at his feet. Naya's going to go outside instead of trying to push it. He could have caught Zero flat-footed there. Instead, he backs off and is going to try to wait for the rest of his team maybe to come up with him. I'm not sure.
Yeah, he's kind of out there by himself, and he was waiting, but he is going to be taken down there by Ozzy. And Zero looking to finish him off with a quick grenade. It looks like did not land, or maybe a little bit of damage there, but they should eventually get that kill. Looks like they don't exactly know where the rest of that team is, so they're taking it very cautiously as the rest of them, well, they were down here. The scouting man is going to be chopped down.
I'm a little bit unsure what 46 was thinking here. That is way away from the rest of their team. Just so we're clear, that's almost a full kilometer away from the rest of 46 and on the edge of the circle still. It wasn't even like he was trying to go, Naya wasn't even trying to go more center circle. He went way along the coast, which, I mean, it makes sense. That's the way a lot of teams play Vikendi. But I think that's a really strange maneuver by them there. There's not much value to be gained by that.
Well, we saw what happens when that maneuver goes wrong. You get cut down 2v1, and maybe you win the 1v2 sometimes, but not this time. As we return back to C9, we've seen hero plays earlier on today, and it looks like Pira is going to have to try to do that here for his team. He's just hiding behind a UAZ, and I'm trying to look where he is. He's still around that side, on the east, where C9 was before they drove past the assassins and got assassinated. So we'll see where the circle goes.
As you aptly should when you go by an assassin.
Yeah, that's usually what happens in my experience. Yeah.
I think this is really cool by RRQ Athena taking the top of Mount Kresnik. They love the high ground. They're so good at it. They're so smart about making these rotations work. Now the circle does shift up to the northwest, so going to keep our eyes on them and what they want to do. EGC as well is already centered up by the Canids still, so kind of RRQ Athena decided to back off that fight with the Canids over by the coal mine there, and they're thinking more along the lines of trying to play for the late game, which is more their strategy. They're going to wait. They're kind of similar to Queso in that way, where they'll wait to pounce, kind of find the right timing to take a spot they really like in the circle and try to hedge their bets that way. 6N coming up. A bunch of teams outside of the circle, SNT, Arab Madness, Yala, a lot of the MEA teams are outside of the circle, so it could be a little bit tricky for them to get in here.
Absolutely, as we saw Rogue taken out there from Team Unique, and that's kind of unfortunate because they're right in the middle, so should have a lot of action here between these teams that are already in the circle. SNT gonna push on in right south of Mount Kresnik here, gonna get this little compound and just hold up shop. They're inside the circle. They don't necessarily have to fight with RRQ. Let's see how they want to handle this, and even how RRQ want to What is... What?
He's going to push it out with his snowmobile.
Whoa.
I love it, Sultan. That is so smart. He's able to get that vehicle going for himself again.
It's almost like this has happened to him before. It's like, oh yeah, you just push it out with the snowmobile.
No problem. I've done this thousands of times. I like what RRQ Athena is doing. They're just fanning out now. The real question for them is, are they going to be able to fend off 46 if 46 continues to roll up along the southwestern side of them? It's just Senior out there for them, so he might find himself kind of all alone if 46 rolls up that way. Otherwise, 46 might get funneled into SNT. Either way, there could be a skirmish coming up on the south side of Mount Kresnik. Otherwise, most of the teams have kind of safely found themselves locations, and there doesn't seem to be much action to be had unless somebody gets a little aggressive.
I'm also keeping my eye on Pira from Cloud9. I want to see where he ends up. He's gone for a rotation around the Middle East Assassins, and, well, that's an unfortunate circle for him, but very good for the teams that have set up shop up on these high ground positions. Unique have a pretty good position. Obviously, RRQ, Athena, we talked about them a lot on Mount Kresnik, and now it's kind of a harsh circle for a lot of the other teams, so it's going to be an interesting one to see how they all rotate in.
All right, here we go. RRQ is kicking it off. D2E is going to find Sultan for the first knock. The other members of SNT were thinking about trying to get around to the eastern side of the circle, and they get caught a little bit in transition. A nice setup here by RRQ Athena, covering any of the angles that SNT wanted to take to get into the circle, depending on where it shifted, if it moved away from them. And Pira has found himself a US. He took a bunch of circle damage, but he's got plenty of heals left available for him. And
he also found a full Korean team that are probably like, dude, this is our compound. You can't just roll up like this. As well, D2E's having a bit of fun.
Yeah, RRQ they have got such a great position on this side of the map. There's nothing but mountain for them, and they have the high ground, Anakin.
Yes, they do. Well, we know that Anakin does not listen. He never does, and Kaito going to take a bunch of damage here on the edge. Can he get this first aid kit off? I'm not so sure. It's going to be real close.
Nope.
No, he's going to go down to the play zone here.
Oh my gosh, what is going on over here? Dobby is mowing through SNT with some help from RRQ. He is going to pick up a bunch of kills here for SNT. That is massive. Whoa, don't let him steal it. Oh man, Dobby does end up getting that one. Citizen is very weak for SMP, but G9 takes a bit of damage himself. That's going to back him off of RRQ here, and he is going to get back with the rest of his team. SNT, they got a few kills in there at least, so 4 kills for them is pretty nice. Oh, Citizen is out in the open trying to dance his way around the shots, and that is going to be able to get him behind a tree, but briefly, I don't know how much longer that he's going to be able to hold on there.
Look at the minimap right now. There are like 5 different teams right here as Middle Eastern Assassins fighting them off. We got Citizen running away. We got Bam going down here as well. The circle gonna be just north of all the action and where all these teams are grouped up.
Dobby just trying to get anything to connect with that AK. He has no scope on it. It's just the iron sights for him. Senior is doing some damage as well. SNT is getting blown up, and they are going to go down. A nice attempt, but too many teams rolled in there, and it became too much for them to handle. RRQ is able to weather this storm with all 4 members. 6N is going to nope out of here, head over to the east, and Unique has kind of leapfrogged up ahead, and now Ernie is in a battle with them.
And this is right in RRQ's court. They're just sitting here. They're taking pot shots. They've been doing it the entire time. They do have to move on this circle, though. So let's see which direction they're going to fight their way through as 6N. They have seen the fighting, let me tell you. They're trying to res up all their knocked members. It looks like one of them did go down, unfortunately. D2E might be in a bit of trouble to that Molotov underneath this car, and he's going to be taken out by Old Boy.
Yep, you can see the feet underneath the car there, but Ernie's trying to make Unique pay as they try to flank over to secure this kill onto D2E and try to find a way to get up the hill. Some nice shooting there is going to find Ernie. He is down, and that is 2 knocked for RRQ. This is a very difficult situation for them to recover from.
Team Queso also trying to get aggressive while the fight's going on, but Lord wins the firefight here one-on-one. He is going to go down, trying to take advantage of the distraction of the other teams, but it did not happen. And Team Unique, this is a team we also talked up. They didn't show up too much on Erangel, but now they're challenging RRQ and doing pretty well.
Dude, Lord is absolutely single-handedly destroying Team Queso over on the side, but there is another fight breaking out between Ghostkilla and EGC. EGC 4 strong. There is one knock there for Ghostkilla. Nicholas trying to pinch in EGC, trying to keep them from being able to come over there and finish that off. I think Ernie might be the only member. No, there's 2 left. Okay, G9 is over there as well, but Ernie is pretty beat up. And we are getting some grenades up and over. G9 is trying to throw some smokes and buy himself some time. And Ernie is in fact knocked, so only one member up for RRQ Athena. You can see Divine Vendetta is pushing up the hill now. They have stayed quiet up until this moment.
Just waiting for their moment to strike, and it's right when RRQ is super weak. We haven't seen too much from Elementrix either. It looks like one of their members did go down, but they are 3 healthy in a pretty good compound in the circle. We got everybody grouped up here in this tiny circle now. Still 11 teams left available.
All right, Hazem coming through, seeing Unique over on his right-hand side. Divine's in front of him, and a whole bunch of other teams as well are up there. Ooh, he's going to get taken down. That's one knocked on 46. Master over on the left. Hazem has to prone because he's getting fired into as well. G9 still prone in the smoke. He's been there for quite a while. He's going to get himself healed up a bit, but he is the sole member left for RRQ. 46 Master is going to be found. Momen goes down to the circle for 46, so Hazem is left, and he is behind a blown-up vehicle, so everybody knows where he is, basically, and G9 right in front of him in that smoke. Is he going to be able to outduel G9 there? Is G9 going to be able to maybe sneak a kill, or DV could come up on the backside?
Yeah, it's really a question of when is G9 going to make his move, because eventually the smokes are going to run out. He used most of them, and, you know, I think waiting until Divine Vendetta gets into a fight is going to be his moment, and maybe try to take the one-on-one, as EGC have been lucky with these circles. They have been in there in the middle for quite a while, as another member here of Divine Vendetta is going to go down.
Oh man, EGC, so many great angles from this compound. Now they've got the red cannons. All 4 members blocked behind one rock. Bear is there to keep them pinned. Tons of damage coming through. And now Ghostkilla is getting in on the red cannons as well. They are in a crossfire, and it is looking dire for them. Rogue coming up over onto Divine Vendetta. Should feel pretty confident there. He's going to finish off one. Isn't able to get the other one. Majid's going to back off. He might just get in this car, try to get into the circle somehow, see if he can get some placement points, but there are still so many teams left. So many people are going to be able to see him. You can see the fire coming out of there as he wants to rush in. Let's see where he thinks is a good place to go. Oh no. Oh, Lord is right here. Lord is there, and Lord is waiting. But Majid stops short of him, and Lord isn't ready to move and reveal his position just yet. Now he's going to go for it. Great timing by Lord. Look at that, 6 kills. This guy has been the all-star for 6ix9ine.
He's the only one left available, and he's taken out so many teams along the way. The guy is an absolute god here on Vikendi. Really got to shout him out because he has made the dream work. And another guy who has as well is Pyrrha from Cloud9. He's still alive. He took out the last member of Arab Madness. I was looking at the kill feed. He's still here in the last 8 teams.
You know, as many kills as EGC has picked up, they are stuck outside of the circle. Everyone was able to bounce up ahead of them as they were busy shooting into Divine Vendetta and the red cannons. Now Elementrix trying to come through as where Bear is going to be knocked. There aren't many members left here for EGC. Trote trying to outduel. Trote's in the circle though, so EGC is going to go down in 8th place.
Ooh, pretty unfortunate. I think you're right. They had to make their move a bit earlier. Now Elementrix getting caught out here a bit. They're making a big move in here to this house, but so many teams around here. We got Ghostkilla is in the house. We got Red Cannon's got 3 members up on the 2nd floor. G9 from RRQ still alive even. Thought they went out a while ago.
We
guess not.
Nope, somehow G9 was able to just prone down in a bunch of smoke and survive. Now it's up to Poo Poo Man for Elementrix and his other teammate. They're rushing up the stairs. There's a team up here. The Cannons have already set up shop, and they do not want to let anybody in. Poo Poo Man is very weak, but he's going to outduel. I believe that was Lord there, and he is going to find another kill for himself. Yasha getting picked apart by G9, of course. Who else? But G9 is spotted, and he goes down. So Ghostkilla and RRQ Athena go down quickly.
This is big for a lot of the other teams that wanted to make it to the top of the rankings, who take out RRQ Athena relatively early. You would have liked to take them out there when it was only G9, but at least they're not going to survive until the last 3 teams or something like that. It's looking pretty good for the Red Canids, actually. They're in the second floor. Poopa Man sitting here, just minding his own business. And let's see what else we got. It looks like Kitsune from the side of Team Unique. We got Rogue as well. Those are the 2 members there. And we got Poopa Man here. And we got Pira from C9. So definitely looking pretty good for the Red Canids.
The big question here is what kind of grenades do C9 and Unique have left for themselves? How many frags and mollies do they have? You can see a molly thrown down towards Poo Poo Man. It looks like he is able to back off into the corner next to the couch, keep himself relatively safe for now. Maxon's trying to prevent Rogue from pushing up. Rogue is able to find a tree and prone down behind it. I think he's just inside of the circle behind that tree, and I think Kitsune as well is able to get up there with his car next to that rock. Ooh, Rogue's got to be careful. Tries to take some shots, and that's going to back Maxon off at least. But for now, the Red Cannon's got to be real careful because they get too distracted. You never know. Poo Poo Man might come up here and just wreck the round for them.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how he plays this one as Rogue. All right, he's just going to take those painkillers right before we get into this next circle. And Pira can't believe he's made the dream work. He's still here in this one. And while they've got to hear the man shuffling down there in this map, Kitsune, Rogue, a bit spread out. Not sure how they're going to get together and try to make a 2-on-3 of sorts happen. You mentioned the grenades. I think it's going to be incredibly important, especially because of this kind of house situation we have for the Red Cannons.
And Pira still alive. Once again, we're finding a team with a hero getting into this late game situation. 4 teams left, 7 players up. Got to give a lot of credit to the Canids as well because they were in a crossfire between EGC and Ghostkilla, somehow able to weather that storm with only 1 member being taken down. All right, Lewiski throwing a Molotov up there. Oh, Rogue. Yep, that is going to be Rogue. Great Molotov there. It's going to find Rogue outside of the circle as we are in our final one. Now everybody's just trying to heal up. Poo Poo Man's just going to stay in the basement, try to win the healing game. Lewiski comes down, isn't able to find Poo Poo Man, so he's going to get knocked here. This is going to come down. Who can out-heal the other one? No! It was so close there. Oh my gosh. It is going to be the Canids who find it, but almost Poo Poo Man able to get that going.
Yeah, I mean, he almost rained on their parade right there. That was really, really close. He had 2 kills in total as well, really being a hero for his team, surviving until the end. And we saw that there were 4 teams left available to try to make something happen there right at the end of the game. Unfortunately, Pira, who was the hero, did go out as the 4th place for his team. So the first one to go out amongst those 4. Wow. Definitely a more fun Vikendi than we've had before here, though, Jason.
Wow, so harsh on the map. And yeah, I mean, we have to agree. Pyra, I feel so kind of bad for him. He lost out his 3 teammates so early on, and yet he just had to play like the waiting game like we saw with 6N team and SMP on map 1 with Erangel. He just kind of had to like, all right, well, I'm just going to try to chill. He did get a kill or 2, I think you guys mentioned during the game as well, so he was able to at least pick up something off of that. And I like the way Red Canids actually ended off the game there. They had 1 player sit back to try to heal, and they had the other player try to rush in to kill the other player, the Elementrix player, I think it was Poo Poo Man, if I'm not mistaken, who was under them. So they kind of like...
It's always him.
It's always him. He's always the last to go. He's always the last to get down.
Yeah.
I'm going to stop there. But anyway, so they had the other players rush down to find him, and they left 1 player back to heal. So it's really kind of smart play as well. And Unique, I feel kind of bad for them in the sense of I feel like they played relatively well the entire game. But when it came down to a couple of these final zones, they kept finding themselves on the edge of the circle. And then they had to do these like awkward rotations, especially like coming through the trees into like 2 or 3 teams already set up into the last compound. It was a really tough position for them to like make that, you know, traversal actually happen for them. And I don't know what you can do in that situation except maybe read ahead and think ahead of like where the zone can go and what place you can try to take.
I think they were just out of utility at that point. They're out of smoke grenades, they're out of frags, they're out of mollies. They've used everything because they had been in a bunch of battles. They did have already 7 kills at that point, so clearly there had been some, you know, fighting going on for them, and they were just out of ability to get any closer to that building. If they had a smoke, they could have thrown it, you know, up into that top window, potentially blocked the view of the Red Cannons or something like that, but there wasn't anything else there.
Yeah, and you saw Rogue there, a nice little Molotov comes in on top of them. Kitsune trying to heal off here, but it came down to like the final seconds. And honestly, we're seeing so many teams now just go for like placement points alone. Like we had to see Pirate do it obviously there. We had so many teams do it on Erangel. Divine Vendetta as well. We're in a similar situation. But in the meantime, we're going to head down to the stage for